What does your health have to do with your finances, and what does your finances have to do with your health and the Transamerica pyramid scheme? Well, this is part 9 of this series, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Hey, this is Lance McGowan with Essential Oils Me. I have my friend here, Tanner Fergard. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you, Lance?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Yeah, and so he is in the financial services industry and gets a number of questions. And so today's claim or question is the return policy of a pyramid scheme is a convoluted, daunting process that few distributors know how to use. This can include hidden fees for restocking, potentially shipping charges or commissions of the folks involved. And so I know for me, from a health and wellness standpoint, anytime somebody gets something, the return policy is in the bottom of the email or it's available on the company website. And then on top of that, it depends on if you use the products, and it depends on at what point in the process you're returning it. So if you're returning a year after the fact, you may get product credits, but only a percentage of the total value. But if you're returning it within a week or so and it's unused, then yeah, you'll get a full refund, but you still may have to pay for the shipping to send it back to the warehouse. And so, but when I think about this concept from a health and wellness standpoint, or even we could look at it from a financial perspective as well, because that's kind of the purpose, but it's, do we have an emergency fund in place to handle emergencies so we don't have to, ask for our money back to pay the rent or the light bill or whatever major expense? Are we trying to get ourselves out of debt so that we don't have to pay the debtor instead of pay, for a retirement account or pay for something with our health? And ultimately, are we using a retirement account because we understand the value of it and it meets a need, and we understand that we need this to accomplish our goals so that we retire with a certain amount to pay for our lifestyle or quality of life? And so for me, I think that save emergency fund, getting out of debt, and a retirement account are extremely important from a financial health perspective. And that will actually allow somebody to take care of their health in a very meaningful way as well, which will then reduce their costs as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's probably going to be some videos that we actually put together is what exactly do I need in a strategy to be not only physically healthy, but financially healthy. I mean, if you're talking about returning of policies and different things, at least in my industry, it varies. It's all about what it is that you're getting. You could have, for certain products, there's a 10-day free look is what they call it, and which case you can turn it and get your money back. But then there's also some of those products that, you put your money in and you're not allowed to touch it for a certain period of time. And if you do, then there's a penalty, plus you get taxed on it. So it's all a variation, and that's why it's so important to have that open communication line with your licensed representative who initially set up the policy for you so that you fully understand how everything works. I would say that is the best thing to do in that situation.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think to make sure individuals are getting the most empowerment out of the situation is ask if they don't tell. And hopefully they tell because they're focused on education.
Absolutely.
But always ask if they don't tell. And a few things that I like to look at, number one, is the individual, and not let one bad apple kind of ruin the whole bunch when it comes to this topic.
Yes.
But let a good apple influence positively, right? And then also look at the product or service being offered and understand the return policy on it, and then also the company and how they operate. And then for me, it's always another aspect of understanding, having all the information with regards to returns or the company or the individual, making sure we're interpreting everything properly, and then making sure it's accurate information. And so some people will come to a false conclusion, like they have a bad return policy if they don't have the proper discernment on how they actually operate from a company and product standpoint. So that's why it's so important for me to kind of build that in and really give that back to people so they have a filter by which to kind of look at things.
Absolutely. And what I tell people is, I mean, if you went to the grocery store and you bought a bunch of bananas, right, and you ate half of a banana, they're not going to return you or give you your money back for that banana that you ate. It's not going to happen.
Unless you got that sketchy person who says, hey, there was a worm in here, when really they put the worm in there or something, or,
Yep, we see that all the time in fast food, right? You open up the burger and all of a sudden you got something in there. Or a hair in there,
Exactly, just to get a free meal, or and so that's more of the personal integrity issue. But yeah, when it comes, that's kind of outside our control. But yeah, but yeah, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click the subscribe button so you can catch more video updates, or click one of the links in the description box below to continue to get your learn on.
And if you have any comments that you would like to share with either Lance or myself, please comment in the section below so that we can do that for you guys.